yes!
We've got a special guest today. You probably recognise Mike from Drivetribe. Hello, Mike.
Hello.
And honestly, thank you so much for being on this episode. It means a lot. Okay.
I've dumped a car on you.
He has. So guys, if you go over to Drivetribe, he's just brought an Alfa Romeo. I won't tell you what Alfa it is yet. Go over there and have a watch. But I wanted to show Mike a Busso Alfa Romeo. And I've got one in stock at the minute. And I've got one of the last Alfa GTs with a Busso engine in it. So I want to show you what, you know, the real Alfa Romeo engine is like.
That's it. I owned a GTV Twin Spark. It was my second ever car.
Yeah.
And of course I always wanted the Busso V6.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this is like.
So yeah, and you know what? The T-Spark, it's an amazing engine as well.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Brilliant. And then it kind of changed when they went GM kind of thing. It just, Alfa Romeo changed. But
so that's why the Busso disappeared, right?
Yeah.
So it lasted quite long though.
It did. You think, blimey, the Busso engine is old. Off by top of my head, I don't know how many years, but it progressed. You know, it started as a 2.5, then it went to the 3 litre. Then the last of them were the 3.2s,
which is what this
is.
Okay.
And then the 3.2, you'd have found it in the 147 GTA, the 156, the GT, and they did a facelift Spider with that engine in it as well.
So I wonder how many people buy slightly more modern Alphas, seeing 3.2 and expecting it to be this, and they're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, do we know
it's
anyone?
A plastic slab. Yeah, we might know a few people. In fact, an entire YouTube channel that might know that.
Yeah, I know.
I bet you were glad to see that car go.
I'm glad to see that gone, and I dislike that engine.
Okay.
That's, ugh. So, this is actually quite special because my favourite setup with this engine is a Wizard exhaust. And James always bangs on about stick a Wizard on it, stick a Wizard on it. And this car come with a Wizard already on it. Normally I fit them on, don't I, James?
Just that aftermarket, that's not like a factory?
Aftermarket, but you need to hear it a bit.
So the V6 is quite canted over?
It is, yeah.
Towards the front?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other bank is sort of down there. Does that mean doing spark plugs is a bit of a nightmare, or do you get quite good access down there?
Yeah, everything is a bit of a nightmare. So this all has to come off, get to those free spark. Those ones are easy.
Yeah.
But you'll find, and what I found with some other Alphas that come in, and they don't bother taking this off, and they leave the old free spark plugs in there. And I've always found new ones at the front and old ones at the back.
That's a classic, like every transverse V6 car I've owned, that's been the case.
Yeah.
All the back side ones, just, they don't bother.
But I love it. And come on, when you open the bonnet on one of these, that's just a work of art, isn't it?
Absolutely. And what does the V6 Alpha market look like? Are these about to go to the moon? Or do they are they just in their own world and they're never going to go like crazy?
No, they've started to creep up loads now. Because you think this is like the last of it. They're not making these no more.
What's like the holy grail? What's the one what's the like M3 CSL of V6 Alphas?
It's going to be the 147 GTA or the 156 GTA. Yeah.
I have seen, you had a blue 156 on your channel not too long ago. That was lovely.
You guys know, you saw our comparison when we done the 156 versus 147 GTA, and it was divided. All the comments were divided.
Looks for me, it's 156 all day.
Yeah. Handling, I think it just tops it. I think, yeah, just. But if you're to get any Alpha, make sure now, it's got to have a Busso in it. Are
they pretty solid? Do they go wrong?
What, this engine?
Yeah.
They're bulletproof.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
Keep on top of the cam belt changes.
Yeah.
We just literally done a cam belt on this yesterday. The tensioner was ticking away really, really, really bad. And that's an indication that it needs changing. So we've done all that, that's done. And this particular car now is up for sale. If Mike don't buy it, I'll try and
buy it or bin it. I think there's two ways.
You win it.
Oh, okay.
Right. Are you ready to hear this?
I'm ready.
Work of art. Oh. Right.
Oh, yes. That is for a what, a 2000s sports saloon.
Yeah.
That is quite impressive.
That is like a sound of a baby Ferrari. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. It is that. Yeah, like comparing that to like say, what would a rival of this be? Are we talking like E46 M3 or? Well, it sounds better than an E46 M3 to me. Shall we go for a spin?
Yes.
Oh god, it's so smooth.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
But you don't need a stereo in here. You just listen to that.
Yeah, and you don't really need to exercise it much. You just touch the throttle.
Yes,
You just flex your toe in it.
Yeah.
So reactive.
Didn't they vote was it Jeremy Clarkson? Didn't he vote this as one of the best engines, the best V6 ever?
He does love it. So he's got one of the very early ones.
Yeah.
In a GT-V6.
Yes.
Like the old school GT-V6.
That red one.
Yes.
He's still got that.
I have.
You seen it?
He does still have it up at farm. I've driven it.
Have you?
But I got in a lot of trouble driving it.
Did you?
Lisa, his girlfriend,
Yeah.
she basically tossed me the keys.
No way.
And I was like, okay. So I went and took it from his house down to the farm shop.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, this green Land Rover is driving towards me. And it gets closer and I'm like, that's Jeremy Clarkson. And he stops and it's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you driving this car? And I'm like, oh shit, sorry. Lisa gave me the keys. Because there's a video, we filmed it, but like, yeah, he wasn't very pleased that someone had basically stolen his Alfa.
And that's an Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, he loves it. He doesn't own many cars.
Yeah.
He's got the Alfa. He's got the Mercedes Grosser, that big like saloon thing, and then he's got his L322 Range Rover. That's pretty much it.
Oh wow!
He's not like a big car collector in any way.
Really?
So would you daily this?
Yeah. Well.
Or is it a more special occasion type thing?
I think now, as I'm getting older, I think now it's like the Fit Coupes. They're more of a special occasion thing now.
Right.
But my dad brought one of these brand spanking new in 2005, and he dailied it. But then, obviously, he sold it. Now he's got a Mito Cloverleaf. But yeah, you could daily them back then. But now, parts are starting to get hard to find, and it's becoming a classic. It's a modern classic now.
Yeah.
So I don't think you'd want to daily it.
So I think you must be in a pretty good place, like with Autosportivo. You've established that business.
Yeah.
And with these cars starting to gain value,
I know.
like there's going to be more and more work and more people wanting to spend more and more money on these cars.
Like, as I said earlier, a lot of people from up and down the UK, they want, I don't know why guys, but thank you, want us to work on their cars, and they're getting them delivered to us. And there's not many specialists out there doing what we're doing.
Well, that's it. Like when we bought our Alfa, there wasn't really a question who I was going to message first.
Really?
It was always going to be you guys.
Honest, do you know what? Thank you. I'm
it's cool.
Truly blessed and humble. That's like, I was shocked when you first mentioned me. But yeah, that's...
No, you clearly do a cracking job, and I genuinely really enjoyed the videos. I said to you earlier, the one with Tony with the Fiat Coupe, your comparison with the V6 was absolutely hilarious. And I met him today, it was really cool. What is the weak point of a GT then? If the engine's solid, what goes wrong?
It's going to be corrosion.
Okay.
People jack them up wrong, and it squashes the seals, and then obviously over time they corrode. That's a weak point on these cars.
You've got some good roads around you.
I know. I love this road. We do a lot of filming on this road.
Do you not get in trouble? The neighbours not think there goes that?
Oh, I've got a fun. Do you know what? I actually got a funny story. I've only ever been in trouble once, and that's when we fitted the Challenge Stradale exhaust to my 360.
Okay.
And I was in third gear, and I was up there, and I blipped it down. I wasn't even doing over 60 because it's 60 up there. And this woman she jumped out, going mad, and it shit me up because I thought, oh my God, she's going to jump in front of the car. So I was like, what are you doing? And I carried on driving back to the garage. She actually walked down the road to come and have a go at us at the garage. And I was like, I stuck between the limits because I'm not going to be silly on my...
So you just assumed because of the sound you were speeding.
You know how loud those things are. But that's the only time.
It's funny, like you can tell the car is very front wheel drive, like you can feel it through the steering wheel, but
Yeah.
I think, you know, these Alfas, the whole load of them, they must be some of the best front wheel drive cars ever made.
Yeah.
Like they just got it so
Yeah.
right.
That's a lot of power as well from the front wheels, isn't it?
Do you ever track an Alfa, or they're notorious for being quite front heavy? Like, are they cars that people actively take on track? Or
Yeah,
not really?
there's a group of people that take these cars on track. I've actually been invited to go along, but I never get the time to do anything.
I imagine the 147 is quite a popular
Yeah.
track car out of the
Yeah.
lot of them. I almost see that as kind of like a front wheel drive 1 Series Beamer. I mean, they're
Yeah.
quite similar
Yeah.
looks-wise and stuff.
What do you think of the handling?
Really good. As I say, like when you put your foot down with some lock on, you can
Yeah.
feel those front tyres gripping away, like a tiny bit of torque steer, but it handles really, really nicely. I think you said it's on IBAC.
It's on
Suspension.
coilovers. I don't know what brand they are, but it's got ABAC anti-roll bars and Powerflex bushes on it.
Yeah.
So that's an upgrade for this, that's a good upgrade for like these cars and the 147. And another good upgrade will be the Q2 slip diff.
Okay.
I don't know if this has got it. I need to go through the history, but that's a must on one of these as well.
It picks up really nice from low down. It's not like it needs to come on cam or
Yeah.
anything. It's just there. Oh. Yeah, so much torque. Bloody great. Thank you for letting me drive it.
No, thank you.
Very nice. How much you want for it? 1,500 quid?
Yeah, I'll bet grand. Why not? So now we're back. Overall, what do you reckon?
It's an amazing piece of kit. All of these V6 Alphas, each one I've driven, I've only driven 2, but they've both been fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd like to drive the whole lot. As I say, 156 for me.
Yeah.
I would love one of them. But
Yeah.
I mean, you've sold this to me for 1,500 quid,
I
so
know, yeah.
I'll maybe do a sort of flipping series where I get to a GTA. So is the V5 somewhere? Is it in there,
It's
or?
lost, so you have to apply for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You've been there, done that. You know.
Yeah. Oh. Thank you for coming on our channel. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
And guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to go and watch what Mike has brought, just go over to Drivetribe and you'll see it on there.
We'll definitely be back making modifications, mucking about, making that making that car. We'll beep it out. Beep it out.
Beep it
yeah.
out.
Making our new Italian car
Yeah.
one of the best, hopefully.
Yes. It'll be better than that red one.
Although we'll try and be able to find the petrol cap this time.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, Italian
don't.
car expert, he couldn't open the petrol cap on our car for a good few minutes. But it's not like we're saying that to
I don't
thousands of
know.
people.
I've
It's
just
okay.
winged it. Do you know, for the last 10 years, I have just winged it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Every time I'm stuck, I go back to the dummies manual.
Right.
And I use YouTube as well.
Good.
And that's how I got it today.
That's the modern mechanic.
Yeah. And I
Modern
like
mechanic.
using cable ties.
Should we take our car away?
And
or-
we got JP.
Do you work on your Ferrari?
Once I did, yes.
How did that go?
It went really well.
Oh, okay.
I changed a thermostat on it.
Beautiful. Can't be that bad then.
Well, that's a wrap. Thank you,
Race
guys.
it is.
Ciao.
Cheers.